Welcome all wonderful sadhaka gana. The eight qualities of sadhaka: assure, ensure again and again, consciously. The jignasa, the mumukshuta, look to be big words, but we have to reach to that level. No way. Paripurna Bhakta and Shishya also appear to be a big achievements, but no way we have to be so. So too Sevaka Dharma Premi. They also appear to be tough, but then everything is tough for the one who never does it. While doing what is to be done, all the tough things we have to make easier. So too in us the Shrota, the Viragi. Even that also maintaining consistently looks to be tough. Yeah, for the one whom the goal is not clear, everything is tough. For the one who is clear in his understanding of the goal, even to him it is tough, but he will not take it as tough. He will take it as an inevitable challenge. Let us salute the Parabrahma Tattva, that is our goal. May we be remembering this goal 24 hours per day. May we salute the Lord. Again, remember Him continuously, seeking His blessings, because finally He is the one who has to remove that curtain of obstacle and make us unite with the truth reality. Necessarily, we have to be in good relation, coordination with Devata Shaktis. It is not a lower sadhana, it is also very essential because with all the goal clear in mind, sadhanas have to be done with our upadhi. The upadhi adhisthana devatas have to be kind to us. For that, we have to be in good relation with them. Many of us neglect this aspect, take it for granted. That is why our upadhis trouble us so much that we are not able to do anything. Forget about moving ahead. Then the Guru Parampara, such an ego we have that so kindly, selflessly, they teach us the path for the truth, reality, realization, moksha. Yet we have our own hesitations to approach them. We have our own inhibitions to just listen from them. We have our own variety of conditions to practice what is said by them. The guru, the doctor, the parents, they are our well wishers. They won't advise something wrong. Sometimes parents may go wrong if they are ignorant. Sometimes doctors may go wrong because he may be selfish. But the guru, what has he got to achieve from us? The one who gave up everything and the one who got everything. One has got what to gain from us. So, with these few thoughts, that guru, accepting him to be the Pratyaksha Paramatma, and then increasing our Shraddha Bhakti, expressing as tuning to him, expressing as doing the few sadhanas told by him, itself will open the gates for us. And the one whom we have to refer to every day unfailingly are the eternal words of the Lord through the Shastras, which have no other business than continuously informing us, empowering us, inspiring us. So, having saluted them, today's very short, precise few thoughts are before we study the Upanishad. Narayana. First of all, we have to come to a stage inside in our understanding that till the Paramatma Anubhuti is gained, I have nothing to gain from this world, lose from this world. This conviction has to come to us. Especially nothing to gain. I only have to give whatever the seva I have to do. From the world of things or beings, from anyone. Zero I have to gain. Till Paramatma Anubhuti. After Anubhuti of Paramatma, Paramatatva only we give everywhere. That is post Paramatma Anubhuti. But before that, right now close eyes. Look at the world around of familiar people and objects and all. How much of the expectations we have from them for anything. This is the one which diverts our attention from the truth towards them and variety of activities, approaches to court them, to plead to them, to request them or beg from them or become slaves to them or to attend. You know, then time energy only goes for that, isn't it? Even it has two more very sublime thoughts beyond it. Okay, the objects are people. What do we want from them in generally? That is because of our upadhi tadatmya. So, because our goal is the nirupadhika shashwata brahma ananda, I don't want this upadhika sukha. Therefore, for the upadhis only, the sukha ananda comes from the vishayas of the jagat. So, because of the clarity of that goal, we want nothing for the upadhis, therefore, we want nothing from the jagat. A clarity, it is not imposed from somebody outside. We have to have to that level, come to that level. Sri Rama has come to that level. You know, that Hindi song of the frustration. मुझे तुमसे कुछ भी न चाहिए मुझे मेरे हाल पे छोड़ दो. Mhm. So that maturity we have to have, isn't it? Lot of details are there. We are not discussing on each one of them. But somehow mind should be empty of any wants from anybody outside. Anything outside. आह, क्या शांत होगा मन अगर वो वाला हम अचीव कर पाए तो. Wonderful, isn't it? All sadhu sannyasi are expected to be in that level. हाँ, yeah, very good. जीने के लिए भिक्षा चाहिए. That anyway we go the Lord gives. More than that, nothing. Wow. Neither recognition nor any comforts nor any facilities nor any attentions nor any love, nothing required. Which is a very tough thing to scale. We know it. But unavoidable. Otherwise, our attention will be outside only. Then comes the second one, becoming aware that we have something called as our antahkarana. Most of us listen, talk, study about it, but practically have not recognized consciously about the presence of this sukshma upakarana instrument. It is used but unaware. Without that, the life is impossible. The interactions are impossible. Contacts are impossible. Doing something, getting something is impossible. All that is one side. But have we become aware of such thing? Becoming aware of antakarana is a great, beautiful stage again. Okay, becoming aware of antakarana. Take it as one unit, antakarana, or if you have more maturity, clarity, take as the four parts of it. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Then know that These are the instruments which will take us to the truth to a nearest extent. Then, through these equipments only as launching pad, as a pole vault, we jump across beyond these instruments only through land in the experience of the truth reality. This has to be again very clearly, thoroughly understood. एक तो अंतःकरण का स्मरण है करके, दूसरा यही है जो हमें takes us nearer to the Lord, and taking it as the springboard only, we have to go beyond into that experience of the self. कितना क्लैरिटी हुआ इस बात में? Third one. Fourth is what? Therefore, what is the position of this most sacred instrument, Antakarana, now? Right outside, anyway, we have withdrawn from, because we have nothing to lose or gain. Some work, dharma, what is to be done, we are doing. For survival, what is required, we are receiving. There are no issues. You know? Simplified life. Nothing. Like, no agitations, no dharnas, no jabardasti fanatic way of wanting this or that, attacking central government. All that nonsense is not there. Just what is required to be done is done outside. What is needed for survival anyway coming. Oh, gaya wo. Second, antakarana awareness. Third, knowing that that is the only instrument which takes us near the reality. Then, taking it as launching pad, we have to go beyond. Remember, staying at antakarana level is not our lakshya. Going beyond it. Okay. Please, all these are Shabdavali. As we study Shastras more and more deeply, understandings become more and more deeper and clear. So now the clear understanding is there is nothing called as Antakarana other than Paramatma. Paramatma, as he is not seen, in that ignorance only Antakarana projected. In the effort to see the Paramatma only, the Antakarana dissolves in the revelation of the Paramatma. These other subtle things we'll come to know as we not only study but start doing sadhanas. But before that, the fourth point is what is the position of my antakarana now? We have to become aware of it. है ना? And definitely, when we become aware, lucky if you are the ones who, knowingly or unknowingly, because of disciplined lives, lived so many, antakarana may be good, looks better. Very few will be there like that. But for the many, it is right now when we observe is unattended, therefore chaotic. It is active, it is working, but chaotic it is. Confused, unclear about every aspect. Each of these things of the antakarana, we have to take into our hands and set right. Isn't it? Mana taken into hands and look into the emotions the mind is having, thought flow the mind is having, projections mind is having, emotions mind is having, about the what are required not required, है ना? वो ऑपरेशन करना होता है. आध्यात्मिकता स्पिरिचुअलिटी का अर्थ ही ये है कि जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स आर आत्मा एट वन लेवल, they have to be taken into confidence and they have to be set right. So to taking the buddhi, its vicharanas, its inquiries, its subtleties, its alertness, is it there or is that buddhi sold out to the mind or senses? We have to become aware. Is that buddhi got sufficient authentic data to think, to contemplate, to take correct decisions? We have to take that buddhi into confidence and manage it for all these things. चलता ही रहता है ये निरंतर an आध्यात्मिक साधक हमें always is mindful of his antahkarana. It is necessary sadhana. Then we take the chitta, very, very essential, which is the most important, powerful, and most neglected, and I can use the word abused. No? What are the continuous impressions we are sending into this chitta? Can I into that chitta more and more the worldliness, the vishya vasanas, यही भरते रहेंगे. So the chitta is the one from where mind intellect come out, no? So in the mind and intellect only those convictions, emotions come which we have stored in the chitta. This is the one place when we become more conscious and careful and wise to help our own selves. We have really done great job. You know, throughout the day, what we involve in consciously, semi-consciously, even sometimes subconsciously, that is going on getting stored in the chitta only to come back onto the surface of our mudra. Hamesha into the chitta, when we pump in the memories of ungodly things, isn't it? In your and my case, it is better to say sorry also, feel not bad because we are friends. Though we have studied Shastras, but the knowledge of Shastra is very vaguely put it in the Chitta. But still we are putting into the Chitta worldliness only more and more. That is why our all study etc. is ineffective. Like सब्जी में नमक डाला बट बहुत कम ही डाला तो you won't get taste. Sufficient डालना पड़ता है. In a tea coffee you have put sugar but you have to put sufficient. So too in the relations you are valuing but not sufficiently valuing, na? Then you won't get that mutual help. In the same way, we are exposing to the Shastras but not as sufficiently sincerely that this Shastra Jnana is sent into our Chitta as memory. For example, yesterday we saw Sri Rama Bhagavan telling us about the Garhanam of the Ayu or the life. Ayu Pallava Konagra Lambambu Kshana Bhanguram. Slokas we may not remember, but few thoughts did we contemplate them. Did we make them enter into our chitta? How many examples were given? How many thoughts were discussed? Even 1%, 2%. ये वो होता नहीं है अपने आप. प्रॉब्लम विद दिस इज ये हमको जबरदस्ती 10-12 बार through contemplation into the recesses of chitta we are supposed to send them. They want to go by itself. Because वो आदत अभी नहीं बना ना. But from that class over yesterday evening, let us say it, till now 8-12 घंटे. About the other things of the world, of which sending into chitta is so habitual. How many things we have done? Might have watched the TV, seen something, talked to some people, पढ़ा कोई पेपर, है ना, कोई पॉलिटिकल न्यूज़, ये तो जा रहे हैं हमारे चित्त में, isn't it? How much of what we have heard in last 6 years or 4 years of classes that we have allowed to enter into chitta consciously. नहीं भेजे तो वहां कैसे जाएगा वो कोड अपने आप थोड़ी जाता है वो. So there we have to correct ourselves, especially you and I who are studying Shastras every day. Our next step is allowing this jnanam to go into the heart, chitta. Yoga Darshanam we are studying. So Samyama Chitta त्रयमेकत्र संयमः भूमिषु विनियोगः तज्जयात् प्रज्ञालोकः conscious होकर that knowledge sending. So to this text Shwethashwathara, how Bhagavan Shankara developing that thought, three parts of it. First our essential self, second how we come to the bondage, third how we get liberation. Isn't it? Also Bhagavan Shiva Bhujanga Stotra. So how for the Stula Sharira Samasyas we asked him to free us from. Then आधी उससे दूर करो, फिर दुर्गुणों से दूर करो. Then finally I want to have your darshanam. How the prayers are. थोड़ा सा आदत बनाना है धीरे धीरे. देखो जल्दी जल्दी सब कुछ करो करके we don't tell because we know it won't happen. हम कहते हैं कुछ करो, नॉट एट ऑल सब कुछ करो. कुछ करते रहो तो कुछ कुछ होने लगता है. कुछ भी नहीं करने से कुछ नहीं होता, या जो कर रहे हो वही होता है. सो दैट सिंसियरिटी what happens to us in our spiritualities, we are tentative about it, vague about it, not genuinely sorry applying ourselves कि मुझे ये पाना है, मुझे ये करना है, वैसा कर देते. Like the mother-in-law taking care of the daughter-in-law or vice versa. If they don't have good love, हाँ ठीक है उन्होंने बनाया चाय बनाने को बोला बना के दे दी. देयर इज नो कंसर्न और लव. बट इफ इट इज मदर, ओ बनाकर अच्छी तरह लगा के गुड क्वांटिटी बिस्कुट बिस्कुट भी लगा के दो बार पूछ कर और भी चाहिए क्या, सो मच वेट होता है कि नहीं. एग्जाम्पल के लिए सेम वे that concern that I must get spiritual knowledge into my chitta. That is a saving knowledge. Only when I am convinced about it clearly, that actual sadhana can be done. अब इन चीज़ों में हमारा भी बचपना है ना. That is why we are not taking initiative. No, like truly the country has to develop in these fields, and these other places there are problems. Every one of them have to be sorted. How tremendous amount of thinking is required to know it and do one by one. More tough than that is spirituality. But no way. This is how one has to be mindful about chitta. Further, you can think as homework. Fourth is aham, isn't it? So where is it bending more and more? Is it bending toward the truth, the self, or it is bending toward the upadhis and living as a jiva? And with the again raga dveshadi to the world. You have to be mindful about it. Yesterday in the Rumbu Gita, this was the one which was chanted elaborately in that 37th chapter. You know? Then in this way, अपने आप को अपने काबू में लाकर अपने अंदर के इन चीज़ों को सेट करना is spirituality. Consciously, like any of the professionals, how they keep their instruments intact, perfect, by cleaning them, by doing the required sharpening. कैसे करते हैं वो लोग? Isn't it? A barber, he'll have to take care of those things every day. Any of the other, even cobbler, वो सारे set करना. An electrician, a spiritual person has to be mindful of these four. अंतःकरण यही है हमारा सब कुछ. यही है निधि, यही है हमारा क्या कहते हैं ऑल पूंजी इन्वेस्टमेंट, बोथ फॉर द गुड, फॉर स्पिरिचुअल एंड फॉर द बैड. बस इसी में रहना, ये कहते हैं स्पिरिचुअलिटी. देन द अदर थिंग्स ऑफ द प्रोसेसेस ऑफ integrating these four and directing toward the truth alone. All of that is known through again Upanishadic study, Mahavakya Upadesha or Mahavakya type of the slokas when we chant, in which the nature of self is revealed, the way to contemplate is told. अब ये सब फिर फर्स्ट ये सब अपने हाथ में आ गया. These things can be done easily. May we day by day become clear, conspicuous about these things and really mean business in our classes and make maximum of our classes as well as our life. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. In this shloka, the Parabrahman alone we are taking as the Guru. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता पूर्ववृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निष्ठितानाम् अस्माकं सह निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्र अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थ वयम सर्वे करिष्यामहे ओम अतः श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषद श्री आद्यशंकराचार्य कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् ॐ नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम् शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Friends, we were trying to become absolutely alert and conscious to study this first paragraph of Sambandha Bhashyam given by Bhagwan Adi Shankara ji to this Shwethashwathara Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda after thoroughly studying the Mangalacharana Shloka and the Shanti Mantra. Because in this particular paragraph, all the three stages of Mukta Sthiti, original essential self, how step by step we come to the Bandhana Sthiti, and how we have to be again back to Mukta. These three topics are very beautifully brought out. That is why this becomes a very essential portion of our understanding. Rather, this is the main thing. After understanding which alone, the entire spiritual sadhana becomes meaningful to us. Spiritual life becomes fruitful to us. So, the 50-60% of it we have seen. Just browse through that when I study the sentence and explain in one line or two lines, try to grasp it. So let us do the Sambandha Bhashyam of Prathamodhyaya Shwethashwathara. Okay. Now Shwethashwathara Upanishadaha idam vivaranam. So the description detailing of this Shwethashwathara Upanishad. Alpa Grantham. Not a huge way we are doing, precisely as much as it is required. Whose sake Brahma Jignasuna. For those who are Brahma Jignas. What for? Sukha Avabodhaya. For the easier understanding of the Brahma Tattva that is indicated in this Upanishad, like any Upanishad, we are starting this Alpa Grantha Vivaranam on this Upanishad Arabhyate. Okay. Now in that, before only we are giving you some Sambandha Bhashya. What is that? The Atman, the self of ours is basically this nature. And this nature of Atma never goes away. It always remains the same only. But suddenly something happens because of which, as if this is not our Atman, something else we take ourselves as. That drama has to be understood. That thing, for whatever reason it is happening, it has to be understood and eliminated. So, what is our essential nature? Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma Swarupaha. To feel the meaning of that sentence, because these words have come so many times in so many other shastras texts, so we have sufficiently explained that, especially in Taittiriya Upanishad, so Satyam Jnanam Anandam, sufficient time is spent to clearly understand. Okay, Satyam or Sat, which is said here, is that which is Rutam. Rutam is Trikala Abhaditam. Therefore, anything other than that is Anrutam, which is Kala Bhaditam. Therefore, anything which is Kala Bhaditam means there in one time and not there other time. All of that, when it is rejected, what remains in all the three Kala, that is called as Sat. That is explained like this only. Okay, it appears to be vague and non-understandable to intellect because it is correct. It is not an intellectual concept. It is an experience. And by Guru Ishvara Kripa, that subtlety comes to us to have that tentative intellectual comprehension when we pray, when we try to study. So that is called as Sattu. In a simple words, what? Everything is existing. So existence is supporting everything. And what is that everything? The Rupa Nama. So what is that on which this Rupa Nama superimposed? That is called as Sat. Okay, in that way again and again contemplate करो वो चित वो सत क्या है पता चलता है. So to what is चित? Chit is chaitanyam, pure consciousness, which is called as prajnanam in our Aitareya Upanishad, gnapti swarupa in our what do you call Taittiriya, as well as in our Yoga Vasishta. Yesterday, every day we do our chanting Tasmai Gnapti Atmane Namaha. So, the pure consciousness, not conditioned by the thought, to get converted into the Triputi of Jnata Jnanam Gneyam. That is called as Gnapti Swarupa, that is called as Chitta here. Again, to simplify it, like I am aware of my Jagrat, Swapna and Sushupti. That awareness is Chitta, isn't it? That awareness never ceases to exist. whether we attend it or not. And the Mohamaya is this only. We ourselves being the awareness, we behave as if we are not that awareness. And we are one of these three Vishwarthas or Prajna individualities in Jagra Sapna Sushupti. That is what is Moha. That is what is delusion. Like when we are generally a soft hearted person, soft spoken. One day suddenly because of some reason we became angry and shouted. Then others say, what is it? It is not your nature. Why did you shout like that? तुम तो ऐसे तो हो नहीं. But yes, I'm a soft spoken. But something happened that I, the soft spoken person, is kept away. I became the hard speaking person. विचित्र है कि नहीं? Is that soft spoken person died in me? He is still there. He can't go anywhere. But for the time being, I became angry and shouted. Same way, that pure consciousness in me is always me. But suddenly, I behave like the Upadhi Tadatmya Jiva. That is what is the samsara suffering. How it happens, our Bhagwan here explaining. Third one is, we are the Chit Sat Ananda Rupa. Okay. Like, this Chit and Sat, being Chit and Sat, have no modification, no birth, no death. Therefore, all the fears of losing them, change of them, reduction in them go away. That relaxation which is experienced inside, because being Chitta and Sata, there is no losing of it, there is no reduction of it, there is no limitation in it, there is no condition in it, it is infinite. That feeling, that relaxation is called Ananda. Don't mistake the Brahma Ananda to be either Nidra Ananda or any of the Vishaya Ananda, Vishaya Bhoga Ananda or Mano Shanti Ananda. ये भी आनंद है. विषयानंद, मनशांति आनंद, निद्रा आनंद. परमात्मा आनंद is not like that. Being सत, being चित is the आनंद. मैं सत हूँ, मैं चित हूँ. इससे जो उत्पन्न होता है वही आनंद. And this one is one without second. That alone is there behind all upadhis, veshti, samashti, and that is me. This is the actual thing. Chit Sadananda Advitiya Brahma. Api yet then because of avidya. What is avidya? Not knowing ourselves to be Chit Sadananda Advaita Brahma as experience. Why when this avidya started, those questions should not be asked. Because you can't say it has begun. विज्ञान मतलब उससे पहले नहीं था, तो पहले विद्या था, तो फिर कहाँ से आया विद्या? So that is logical fallacy. Therefore, questions which doesn't serve purpose and can't have answer, dropping them is the answer. Anyway, when by knowing ourselves to be Chitswarupananda, we are going to get moksha, focus on that, isn't it? The question asking about Maya is question asking about these Haryana Punjabi people, why they are doing these agitations. You know, एक conditioned दिमाग. They are not taking the whole country's progress in mind or so many things. Their demands cannot be fulfilled. It has lot of repercussions. हम नहीं सोचेंगे, है कि नहीं? We don't want to think. You can't answer them. It's like that, that's it. So too you can't ask about why it has happened is avidya. Okay. But you are now not in that experience of Brahman. Therefore, we have to explain for the sake of explanation only all this. When the self is known, all of these are understood to be explanations and helping aids only. Other than that, they are not at all actually final or real. But जरूरत है उस अस्थाई में. So one by one word said, Swa Ashrayaya, then Swa Vishayaya, then Swa Anubhava Gamyaya, Sa Avasaya Avidyaya. These are the four reasons because of which Pratibadha Swabhavika Ashesha Purushartha. That Sabhasa is the word where we have become an individualized ego. Even that also is vague. When you think about it, what is this ego or individuality? We have to merge in the Paramatman only. That will be elaborately discussed in our Yoga Vasishta. In fact, today, nay, tomorrow, in the next Sarga, Sri Rama talks about the Ahankara Garhanam only. After the Jivana Garhanam done in the 14th Sarga, 15th में वही discussion होगा. Throughout the text, Vasishta ji is going to teach. So, the same here, Abhasa. That Abhasa Aham is the one inherently, underline this point, कि प्रतिबद्ध स्वाभाविक अशेष पुरुषार्थः. By nature, it is bound by aneka purusharthas. They are generally dharma, artha, kama. Then what happened to him? Prapta ashesha anartha. As a jiva, because he is doing purushartha, dharma, artha, kama के लिए उसका result तो मिलेगा ही. And every one of them, how much wonderful the result appear to be as a result of purushartha done. They are endful only. They are creators of greed only. They are taking us away from the truth only. Therefore, all the phala are called as anartha. So, pratibadha aneka purushartha, pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartha. Because of which, prapta ashesha anartha. Okay. And how is he doing all of that? कि अविद्या परिकल्पित ही एवं साधन ही अविद्या परिकल्पित ही एवं साधन ही. Here the Pancha Upadhis also sadhanas which are avidya varikalpita. Then the outer world, names and forms, and they are real, they have the sukha. That notion also is avidya parikalpita. So my upadhis are sadhana inside, outside nama rupa are the sadhana. Isn't it? For my sukha. Both of them are avidya parikalpita. So see, if this one thought we can become deeper to understand, accept, isn't it? On the pure self, the drashta here, drushya there, bhokta here, bhogya there, are projected. That is what he is saying here. So, pratibadha swabhavika ashesha purushartaha, prapta ashesha anartaha. He is bound by so many purusharthas and he is doing them and he is getting the result, the anarthas, because of it. How is he doing all these purusharthas? Why is he getting anartha? Because avidya parikalpitai eva sadhanai. Because he is holding on to the sadhanas inner and outer as real, which are avidya se parikalpita hai. But they are appearing to be real, but I am experiencing the things. वही तो इसमें माया है. You experience ice cream in the dream. It looks sweet. You experience the fire. बट मैंने एक्सपीरियंस किया कर तो क्या हुआ? वही तो डेल्यूजन है ना. नॉट देयर येट अपीयर्ड एज इफ द एक्सपीरियंस आल्सो अपीयर्ड. इजंट इट? कितना रियलिस्टिक होता है कि नहीं सपने का अनुभूति. इन द सेम वे इट इज अपीयरिंग रियलिस्टिक बाबा. दैट लेवल ऑफ ड्रीमी इग्नोरेंस वी आर इन. That is what is the problem. This is where we have to sort out. This is what we have to sort out. Though it takes some lives together, but beginning is from here only. Understanding it like this is also avidya parikalpita sadhana hi eva. Then what is it? बहुत important point. Ishta praptim cha apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha. That is why in life, there are two things. What is to be done and what we feel like doing. What is to be gained and what we feel like gaining. Isn't it? In these two, when you know the farak, what is to be done is dharma. But what we feel like doing is whatever other than dharma. In a way, What is to be gained is Paramatma, but we feel like gaining everything else. That is called as depending on our own feelings, in other words, likings. We decide the things to be gained, therefore, we decide the things to be done. This is called as Ishta के कारण अपुरुषार्थ को पुरुषार्थ मानना. In that way, knowing the self and being the self alone is the purushartha expected to be done for moksha. All other three, even dharma, artha, kama, purushartha, are ishta ki karan hai. That is, ishta, the liking is in the mind, and it is parikalpita, it is imagined only. Isn't it like I am very happy if this person is with me? It is my own mind's projection, isn't it? Because before that also you were happy, person was not there. And those who say so, when that person goes away for few times, few days, definitely they feel so. But thereafter, nahi, adjust ho gaya sab kuch. So, what do you mean by in between you felt that this person's presence gives me happiness? Is it a fact or it is only ishta in the mind, kalpita? It is a kalpita ishta in the mind, not reality. This one, each of these sentences, what Bhagavan is saying, are so powerful weapons to, destroy all our negative misunderstandings. Say this sentence three times. Ishta praptim apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha. Ishta praptim apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha. Ishta praptim apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha. Purushartha is moksha. Usko we are not valuing only. But the other three are we are taking as purushartha. They are created out of ishta, but they are not real purusharthas. That is why how much ever dhana one has got, one is not in moksha. Artha ki baat keh rahe. How much ever kamanas one is indulging in, there is no moksha experienced. How much ever one is going on doing his dharma, फिर भी there is limitation only. अपने इष्ट से हम फंसे रहते हैं. I really loved this sentence. इष्ट प्राप्ति अपुरुषार्थ को पुरुषार्थ मन्यमानः. पुरुषार्थ मन्यमानः. Therefore, when the apurushartha, which is born out of the ishta bhavana, is taken by the purushartha, the real purushartha, what happens to the moksha? We don't even look at that also. Therefore, mokshartham alavamana. असल तो सूझता भी नहीं है. We live a life of 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. Ki by knowing our essential self, we should get liberated from all the not self and those limitations and all those struggles. ये thought में click भी नहीं होता. देखो रे बाबा, how much our minds are deluded in taking the apurushartha as purushartha. बाप रे, even if this is understood, we are really blessed बाबा. मोक्षार्थम अलम माना है. अरे कोशिश करो तो मोक्ष मिलता है. इच्छा है मोक्ष के लिए तो वी डू कोशिश. But the idea concept of moksha alone is there in us. We think ishta prapti as the moksha purushartha. But actually that is not the moksha, that is apurushartha. We are getting caught up more and more in that world full of ishta increasing. And those ishtas are forcing us only to go for those things. Isn't it? As we allowed the Britishers, Mughals, Dushta Rakshasas to sit on our heads or to enslave us. Imagine that how our Indians, Hindus were slaves to them. What seva we have not done to those Rakshasas, and how much torturing they have done. They have looted our monies, our houses, our ornaments, gold. They made us worse than Pashus. Think about that very pathetic, calamitous the situation. I'm just giving to make the feeling of it. कि how much we were worstly treated. Food नहीं दिया, रहने को जगह नहीं दी. We are made to stay in along with the animals in that place. बासी खाना दिया हमको. दो दो तीन दिन खाना भी नहीं दिए. One side the bull is tied, other side the human beings are tied. Hindus. This is what they tortured. No, I'm telling this so gravely, not only because it was a fact, but this is how we are enslaved by our own ishtas. By fulfilling which, one by one, more and more they are growing, and more they are enslaved by us, taking that alone the Purushartha. Just like serving these Rakshasas alone appear like Purushartha for 1,000 years, in fact. The real Purushartha that we are Indians, which is our country, we have to rule it as per our choice. ये रियल पुरुषार्थ तो भूल ही गए, isn't it? Here also, the discovery of our essential self is actual Purushartha that is kept so far away, and any book related to the subject is never touched, and anybody talks only that one is never approached, and those satsangas are never heard. देखो क्या बढ़िया था, क्या कहते हैं, worst of the स्थिति where the moksha giving thing we go away. Just like in Vyavahara, most beloved parents we keep them away. Most kind gurus we keep them away. How muraka we are. I know the temples we keep away, we don't go there. Sadhanas we don't do. Only the samsaric things we throughout the day plan and live so fully well. 80 to 90% of people all over the world, India, बस that routine of सुबह उठो, नाश्ता बनाओ, खाओ, ऑफिस जाओ, शाम को आओ, खाना बनाओ, खाओ, फिर सो जाओ, छुट्टी आए तो घूमने जाओ. Is there any thought of moksha purushartha? Is there any difference between animals and us? In this regard, they also never seek moksha. We are also same. The other aspect, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithuna, these are four things they involve in. We are also doing same. And all our resources of mind, intellect, we are using only for this one. No, all these deep, clear understandings are there behind this sentence of Bhagavan. Two sentences. What is that? Ishtam apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha mokshartham alabhamanaha. Okay, ishta praptim cha apurushartham purushartham manyamanaha. Therefore, mokshartham alabhamanaha. Is not even concerned about the moksha. उस तरफ जा ही नहीं रहे. Even while we are studying Shastras, in our day schedule, as we saw today in our introduction, how much of the time, how many activities are done by us for realizing our actual self, and how much of the time and efforts and plannings are done for the Ishta Prapti, which is not Purushartha, but we consider it as. Like, very disciplined fellows we are in living life of Apurushartha as Purushartha. Very systematic. अब देखो, unless these depths are grasped and we understand that these are the places, basically we are going wrong. And unless we correct ourselves from those depths, that there are two different things, the actual Purushartha. Second, we imagine the Ishtaprapti as the Purushartha. Actually, it is not at all Purushartha, it is Apurushartha. And the whole day busy in it, whole life busy in it. Therefore, the real Purushartha, Moksha, Alavamanaha. Mokshartham Alavamanaha. Mokshartham Alavamana has again big sentence. Lot of meanings are there in it. Two things are what? He is not available for the moksha and he is never thinking about the moksha. मोक्ष के लिए मिल ही नहीं रहा है, खुद ही बांध के रखा है अपने आप को. अब देखो बाबा, now you and I, by getting a chance to listen to the Shastras, at least we are given a chance to become aware. that the true liberation is in being one with the self, not in anything else. Out of millions and millions, few of us are given this opportunity to listen, to understand. Now, if we mean business, then we have to be serious, sincere to grasp all this. Now, up to this is the bondage of external, internal. Now, the external, because of this, apurushartha ko purushartha mana ishta prapti. Then what happens? That ishta prapti ke liye there are some karmas to be done. He will do them. But that ishta prapti may not be available today. It may be available tomorrow. So he'll have to wait for one day. It may not be available today or tomorrow, may after 5 years. So you will have to wait for 5 years. Or it may be not available in this place, you'll have to go that place. Or it may not be available in this life, you will have to get another life and not in this sharira and therefore in the other sharira. Therefore the इष्ट प्राप्ति पुरुषार्थ मानकर उसके लिए जो हमने किया उसके फल स्वरूप to get that phala anubhuti, we are forced to go into other shariras at the other period of time, in other place. Huh? Like somebody in India died. Now, if his mind ishtaprapti is, no, I have to be in the America and all of that, सारा उनका इतना deep thoughts है मानो, he'll be born in some place in America. So to an American, seeing and fascinated by India, but could not come to India and settle in this life because of so many compulsions, obligations there. वो जब मरेगा वो somewhere in America, India will be born because it is his ishtas are so strong about it, and he'll have to fulfill them. है ना उनको लगा मानो कि मुझे वेद मंत्र पढ़ना है वो पढ़ना है and he will be born in India in a Brahmin family, some Gurukula will join. So to a Gurukula wala Brahmin fellow of India, so looking at the foreigner, Nara Vanara foreigner, and gets fascinated by that hippie type of dress and all. यार ऐसा रहने से बढ़िया होगा ये क्या बनाया मेरे को मुंडन करके. If he is very deeply thinking about it, this fellow will be in the next life hippie only there. That is what here it is said is makaradi bihi mokshartam alabhamanaha makaradi bihi iva. Like the crocodiles, fishes, dolphins, snakes, etc. Ragadi bihi. You know, like the makara moves like it. Or makara from the water into the keychad, from the keychad onto the earth, from the earth into the jungle, from the jungle onto the pahad. This makara is such a one. वो पहाड़ पे भी चढ़ेगा, कीचड़ में भी रहेगा, पानी में भी रहेगा, जमीन में भी रहेगा. So makaradvihi itas ragadivihi. Ragadi. That raga was ishtaprapti wala. Itas tataha samakrusyamanaha. Here and there he is pushed and pulled by his own raga. Isn't it? Any example you can take. An exhibition has been displayed in your city. So in that exhibition जब होता है बड़ा सा, everything will be there. Now you see, depending on your raga, in those various stalls of that exhibition, are we pulled or not? है ना जब मन में खाने की बात होती है वी गो इन टू द लेन ऑफ खाने वाले जा रखे हैं और उसमें भी द सॉलिड फूड ईटिंग लेन द लिक्विड वाला तो सॉलिड टाइप यू गो इन दैट आल्सो द साउथ इंडियन नॉर्थ इंडियन are we not pulled that way towards that eating stalls and once the stomach is full now another raga comes to us so let us go and buy the clothes then you go to the clothes men's wear men women wear women then we feel like buying the baggage bag then we go to the vanity arrogance bag or maybe suitcase by the time you buy that you feel like यार जूते बहुत दिन हो गए पढ़ के दुनिया से चल जूते खरीदना and then there is a shoe wala lane is there and there you go or three types of slipper I want one for the washroom other one general using third one is party wear जो भी कहते हैं I don't know No, itastata akrushyamanah ragadivihi. Have you understood or not? By the time children shout, Mama, kilona kharidna hai, then you go to the kilona shop. Then suddenly the electronics nahi hai, ghar mein wala, you go. And suddenly there is a kitchen where something is missing, you go for it. Exhibition ka example, good one, na? In the same way, the whole world is exhibition. And we, depending on our ragadi, from one sharira to other, one loka to the other, one vastu vyakti vishesha to the other, we go on akrushya pulled because of our own intense, terrible ragadi. All raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, ये सब ऐड कर लो इसमें. Because of this, as he is going from one sharira to other, the three are given here: Sura, Nara, Tiryak. आदि प्रभेद भेदित सुर नर तिर्यगादि प्रभेद भेदित प्रभेद मीन्स absolutely opposite to each other, different from each other. प्रभेद भेदित नाना योनिषु संचरन. This is how he does the sanchara in the nana yoni. Here completes the total bondage. In that nana yoni, you can add the birds, we can add all the small little, even the insects, etc. also. The jiva in me, if it deserves, the small mosquito which we kill, just like that, I say, I myself will become that mosquito also. You know, that chipkali climbing. If my vasanas are like that, I will be so. The spider in the corner of the wall, अपना web designing कर रहा है वो. So I can become that. 84 lakh योनियों में, depending on my samskaras, prabalata, any yoni I may get. Even though there is some facility that as a human, unless terrible Rakshasa things done, that lowest yonis will not be sent. पक्षी पशु बनाकर फिर से ह्यूमन बनाते हैं, क्योंकि एज ए ह्यूमन वन इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू डू सम गुड थिंग्स एंड ही डज इट. नोइंगली अनोइंगली धर्म करेगा, पुण्य करेगा, प्रेम करेगा, सेवा करेगा. They all accumulate to again give him human life. And in that only, if he's too selfish, too arrogant, like a politician or terrorist, mass destruction, mass cheating, if he's doing, then he'll be put in Narakadi Yoni. But generally, human only, upar niche upar. Rich to poor, poor to middle class to rich. So to Brahmana to Vaishya, Vaishya to Kshatriya, Kshatriya to Shudra. So to India to America, America to India. इधर ही घूमते रहेंगे, depending on our human values, human desires, human pursuits. And never difficult it is to grasp an idea. Like today, when I close my eyes and look into my personality, if not 100%, 10 20%, tentatively we can say, oh, my future lives will be like that. Deeply, not superficial. Deeply, thoda sochna. Like in me, the urge is there for the Vishaya Bhoga. Outside, whatever I look like, then I can tentatively understand that wherever Vishaya Bhogas will be available, there I'll be born next life. Because मेरा अर्ज डिजायर वांट राग आदि उसके लिए है, तो आकृष्यमाण है, I'll be pulled there. But in my deep heart, if I have the Paramatma alone as the goal, isn't it? And the desire is only for that, then you can imagine will be our next life born in such situations around where that pursuit will be conveniently done. Other prarabdhas will continue because it's not only one thing because of which we get a life, it is a mixture of so many prarabdhas. भगवान ना वो अपना प्लान करके he gets us exhausting all of them. But the main thing goes on, isn't it? If we have some Shariram Prarabdha, diseases will be there, even though you are pursuing spirituality. If there is a Prarabdha being insulted by others, cheated by others, it will be done, even though one is pursuing spirituality. That remains predominant. Other also अपना जो है हिसाब किताब करते रहते. And all of this drama will continue till the self is realized. Okay, so Sura Nara Tiryagadi Nana Prabheda Bheda Yonishu Sancharan. Up to this is the bondage. Then how the liberation starts is from here. Ki केनापि सुकृतकर्मणा ब्राह्मणादि अधिकारी शरीरं प्राप्तः Ishwarartha Karmanushthanena. All these beautiful discussions tomorrow we will do. Okay. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Thank you.